A typical energy bill can be full of confusing terms, but understanding what you're being charged is key to successfully managing your energy use and cutting down on your costs. Different suppliers lay out their bills slightly differently, but here's what you should be looking for in your gas and electricity bills. Firstly, your gas bill. This shows the charge for the amount of gas that you've used over a certain period. The first two things that you'll see are the opening and the closing date, which defines the billing period. The supplier will then convert the volume of gas that you've consumed in this period into energy expressed in kilowatt hours. The cost of your gas is then calculated per kilowatt hour of energy used. The other cost that you may see on your bill is called a standing charge. This is a fixed rate administrative charge and is applied for the whole period or on a per day basis. The bill will also show your meter readings, and beside each one will be a letter, an E, an A, a U or a C. These signify an estimate, an actual, or a user reading, indicating whether or not your bill was calculated based on an estimate of your consumption, a reading made by the supplier, or a reading that you've provided to your supplier. Finally, you'll also see your customer account reference number, and also the meter serial number. Now that you've understood your gas bill, how about your electricity bill? Electricity bills come in two types, half-hourly and non-half-hourly. The non-half-hourly are reasonably straightforward, whereas the half-hourly bills come with a complete breakdown of all of the supply costs. The difference between non-half-hourly and the half-hourly metering is normally the amount of electricity being used on a particular site in a half-hourly period. If your site uses over 100 kilovolt amps in a half hour, then you'll be considered a half-hourly site. First, let's look at the non-half-hourly sites, as these ones are the most common. As with your gas bills, the non-half-hourly bills will show the billing period, the consumption in this period in kilowatt hours, and then any standing charges. What they may also do is show some transmission and distribution charges, as well as any agent fees. For some suppliers, they've already incorporated this as part of the cost per kilowatt hour. Half-hourly bills break things into more detail. Your electricity use will likely be broken down into different rates for peak and off-peak periods, and there may also be an additional peak period during the winter, which will be reflected in your per unit energy costs. A few other elements will also be included, such as a variety of administration fees, as well as government levies. The final pieces of information on your half-hourly bill will be a customer reference number and then also a supply number. Now that you can identify all of the different charges on your bill, you can make sure that your bill is accurate. And you can also make sure that you're signed up to the cheapest possible energy tariffs.